but I do believe that every free person should strive for perfection because it is a driving force for the better, which overcomes problems and always creates added values. I know that most of you who come from different countries have different priorities and different problems that you want to change and overcome. But what I said is the essence of each of your visions, to build a better tomorrow for ourselves and our people. This is leadership. The world is dynamic. The world has become global, and what happens in one corner of it is reflected in all the rest. It is the same in Europe. The challenges, no matter how different they are, mostly are still similar and connected, but also oblige us to solve them together. From Scandinavia to the Mediterranean, from the Atlantic to the Black Sea. We are not as different as we think because there are so many things that connect us. Today, the challenge of young person in Europe is how to ensure a quality education, how to be able to travel and make contacts with peers throughout the continent, how to participate more successfully in the labor market, how to ensure a better life for himself, how to enable a safer future, how to have more freedom, how to enjoy more in life, which brings rights, but also obligations to himself and to the community to which we belong. Yes, each of us is individual, but nature made us to be part of wider or narrower communities so that we can support each other. You, as the future leaders of Europe, must build this kind of society because a home cannot be strengthened if one of the pillars is shaken. Whether that pillar is in Germany, France, Italy, Spain, Scandinavia, or here in the Balkans, Macedonia, Croatia, Slovenia, or any other country. Your countries need you all. You young people are the foundation of your countries, foundation of your country's development, and every leader should work day and night to maintain that foundation in their country. You are the demographic, social, and political future of your countries. We have saying, and my father repeats it very often, that a stone weighs the most in its place. It is the same for man. The place where a person was born and grew up is the place that person loves the most. And there is the widest field where can contribute. As a young man, I had the opportunity to broaden my education, work, and gather experience all over the Europe. But it was at my home in Macedonia that I drew out and still think that I can implement the knowledge in the best possible way. I would not like to be extensive, but one of the key problems that we are facing in many European countries is the emigration of young people and their concentration in a few of the European countries. This is primarily the fault of us politicians, who did not do enough to provide conditions for their prosperous life here. But it seriously disturbs the balance of our continent, which is seriously empty in some parts, at the expense of concentration in others. I will make the parallel with the house again. If most of the pillars are shaken, a house like Europe cannot be supported by just one or two pillars. You as a young and future leaders, throughout the exchange of ideas and knowledge, can correct it. Correct the mistakes of the generations of politicians before you. What it takes is dedicated work, inclusion of young people in decision making, and great patriotism that can change the paradigms that exist now. You should be heard and taken into account when the policies are being built, because this way the continuity of the processes will be ensured. No one should ignore the young people, because if you ignore them today, tomorrow you will need to make deep changes, and that takes time and resources. We in the Balkans have experienced this very well, and we must be careful because our capacities are getting smaller and smaller. So we do not have time to learn again and again from our own mistakes. Here in the Balkans, 3 decades ago, we experienced the horror of war and the retrograde forces that threw out weapons, and the redrawing of borders caused very big consequences that took us back and left scars that are still healing. It should not happen again to anyone and anywhere, because it means lost years, lost youth, and above all, lost opportunities. The dream of Europe is a dream of a continent without borders, a dream of security, peace, and stability. These are the things for productivity and creativity which will enable a better life. Trust must be built on nurtured, because it is a guarantee of peace, and peace is guarantee of prosperity. Mutual respect and esteem are guarantee of cooperation, and cooperation is guarantee of success. You, young people, are wise and have to learn from our mistakes, change things for the better, and don't let anything deter you from the whatever dream you have. The success of your dream will inspire others and help those around you to succeed. A successful and happy person is a person who makes others around him successful and happy. It is the same in countries. You have a unique change to build cooperation, to build contacts, to build friendship, because this will be the bridges, and with God wills, if tomorrow you are top politicians, cooperation between your countries. This is how we will build a Europe of prosperity and well-being. In the end, I wish you successful and fruitful work with many shared experience and views, but also visions for joint progress. Thank you very much.